Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
That's something brand new from a band called SNEW YOU, Chris. So SNEW YOU, pal.
Hey, watch the language there.
And the name of that tune is called Kick Me Over. And, again, the name of the band is called SNEW YOU. And you and I have been talking...
No, the name of the band is SNEW. SNEW is the name of the album.
Well, I'm being correct.
Story straight here.
I'm being corrected already. So, anyway, the name of the band is SNEW, and the name of the CD is SNEW YOU.
Yeah.
There we go. And we've got on the phone with us the lead singer of SNEW, Curtis Don Vito. Wow, what a handle you got there, Kurt.
Hey, don't mess with me.
Any relation to Tony Soprano or anything like that?
We don't talk about those things.
Very nice, dude. Well, dude, I'm going to start right off by saying, what the hell does SNEW mean?
Ooh. SNEW you, buddy.
Well, I think I already made that joke, Kurt, but that didn't go over well.
Well, if you don't want to meet Tony Soprano, you just don't want to ask certain questions.
Very nice. All right, man. Well, dude, obviously, man, your band, you guys clearly follow the, what we would consider classic metal, very AC/DC or GNR or even Motorhead type elements in the band. I guess maybe that's the obvious first place to start is, why in 2008 do an old school sounding, band and record?
Because that's the best music that's ever been made. I mean, we love it. We grew up on it. We cut our teeth on it. And we don't want to reinvent the wheel here. We just want to make kick-ass rock, and that's what we love.
Sure. Now, you're out in California, man. What's that scene like out there?
The LA scene is kind of all over the place. I mean, there are a few bands out there that do what we do, but not enough. I mean, you've got everything in LA. It's too much here to even go into. Every style of music, mostly kind of stuff that we're not into. But yeah, there's a pretty hardcore following for the kind of classic kick-ass rock that we like to do. So we get a lot of people coming out to our shows. But LA is just all over the place.
Well, sure, Kurt. Well, I make frequent trips out to California, and I lived out there during the heyday of the 80s, and
oh, yeah.
I know the Sunset Strip pretty well, and
yeah.
One of the thriving clubs out there, and we were talking about this off air, is the Key Club, which used to be Gazzari's back in the day.
That's right.
And Steel Panther, formerly Metal School, who does a tribute to 80s style music. They have people lined up and down the sidewalk trying to get in there on a Monday night.
Yeah, they do every Monday night for as long as I can remember now.
But
the
yet
place has just been packed.
But on the other hand, we got our good friend Nader DePriest, who put his band from the 80s back together, London, and he recently played with Steel Panther, a few weeks ago, and
yeah.
He is always scrapping to find a gig out there in the L.A. Hollywood area because, it's a tough gig to get into a club. But I see you guys play like the Viper Room and stuff fairly often.
Yeah, we play the Viper and Cat Club, the Whiskey, and, some of these places are still around, but L.A. has lost a lot of the venues from back, like you're saying, in the 80s when everything was really pumping. A lot of the clubs aren't around anymore, or they changed, and they're doing hip-hop or some bullshit. And so the scene is not what it was back then. I'm telling you, we can't wait to get out of this town, actually, and head out your way, because most of our fan base seems to be coming from the East Coast, Midwest to the East Coast.
Well, the Midwest is traditionally blue-collar workers type people, and that's what they thrive on, is just good straight-ahead rock, which is what SNEW does.
Yeah, those are our people. We're really on the wrong end of the country here. So we're getting a lot of great response off the album, so we're trying to make plans for a tour, probably next spring, I guess it would be, that we're trying to put together a tour.
Very cool, dude. Well, you guys are doing this all yourself too, right? There's nobody behind you or no label behind you saying, "Here, go do this and kiss our ass and do everything we say and we'll make you rock stars," right?
Yeah, we didn't fall for that trap. We had some offers, but just looking at the state of the music industry right now, those guys just don't know which end is up anymore. And we didn't, they're all making 360 deals where they take a piece of everything you do. And we've known other bands who've fallen into that, and made deals, and their career is going nowhere. And we said, to hell with this. We've got the internet, we've got, independent radio stations and shows like yours that make it so possible to do it on your own. And we said, to hell with it. This is our gig. We're going to take the reins and do it ourselves.
Sure. Well, how do you go about fighting, especially for radio? I mean, even though, there's a lot of different radio mediums, shitty FM radio is still the king. But that being said, how do you go about getting some airplay, even on a specialty show or whatever? It's got to be tough, right?
Well, yeah. With the big radio stations, everything's owned by Clear Channel now, so good luck getting in there. But people are fed up with that. People that we know who listen to this kind of music hate the radio because it's one long infomercial with a few songs thrown in between.
Right.
So people are looking to alternatives. And our fan base is growing, to our surprise, bigger than we ever expected to grow this quickly. I mean, our album's only been out for about 3 or 4 months. And we're running into all these independent, outlets, and the fans are independent-minded now. They've really gotten behind what we're doing, I think, not just because they like the music, but they like the fact that we're bucking the system.
Well, whose idea?
Snewing the system. That's how I like to say it.
There you go.
Well,
and people love saying "Snew You" because it just, without being specific, you can take it any way you want to, and it just makes a statement that's everything about what we're talking about right now. So we get people coming up to us on the streets saying "Snew You," and they're telling their friends. It's like, oh man, this is so awesome.
So you take a lot of pride in that, huh?
Yeah,
man.
You better believe it.
Well, Curtis. I don't know how familiar you are with the Classic Metal Show, but we too have our own little, something that we take a lot of pride in, and this is our Snew You to you.
All right.
Fuck you, pal.
How about that?
I love it.
That's our little thing. If you look on our website or on our MySpace, that's what we have. That's what we offer.
Yeah, it speaks for everybody. It's just we all feel that way right now.
Boy, talk about a highbrow radio show talking to a highbrow guy. Jesus.
So anyway, Curtis. So you're all completely 100% self-financed in all of this.
Completely 100%, which is not an easy thing to do when you're broke.
Sure. Well, we know about it. I mean, the Classic Metal Show has been doing what we do for 13 years, and it's 100% financed by me. But my question being that you don't have any kind of an agent, or as Chris mentioned, any kind of a label or anything behind you. How does it go for you as far as marketing your CD? Have you been able to at least hit the satellite market, say Sirius or XM, or have you even tried that? And if you have, what's been the response?
Well, we did try. Well, we have talked to Sirius, and one of the DJs over there wants to play, but he says he's got to go through his program director, and until he gets the thumbs up from him, We're just gonna have to wait. So we've been trying that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's been mostly internet radio, but we've been picking up a few FM stations and specialty shows here and there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, for a band who's just doing it all on their own, it doesn't have, you know, the expertise of you know, a label or management company. We're doing surprisingly well.
Well, when you say that you're working on putting together a tour for next year, what does that involve? I mean, when you say, well, we're going to put together a tour, you know, obviously you need a financial backing there. Are there promoters in the country that are interested in bringing a SNEW into their club or their area, or putting you on a package show or something like that?
Good question. One I don't have an answer to. Mostly we're getting response from fans and people saying, you know, when are you going to come out here? You guys got to come out here. You can stay with us if you want to. We're trying to make inroads with the promoters, you know, various areas. And that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to take till spring before we can really iron this thing out and get some, you know,
so what are you gonna?
That are going to be meaningful.
Well, I've got the perfect name for your tour.
Yeah.
The SNEW String Budget Tour.
That says it all, man. That's what it'll be. Yeah, because you know, it'll be self-financed. Basically, what we're hoping to do is to continue to raise our profile in these various areas, find out where, you know, our core audience is, and go to those cities, so that we know, you know, people actually be there to see us.
Well, you show up in those cities, but then what? You like meet everybody who knows of you in a parking lot somewhere, or what?
Oh, that's a good idea. Send me a list of these ideas, man. I need them.
Well, I gave you the name of the tour, and I think I should win a guitar for that.
Yeah. Oh, you saw we just gave away a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we ran our infamous Snewed Tomatoes contest. We just selected our winner.
Sure.
So that was pretty cool.
So basically the planning of this tour is just basically an idea in your head.
But it's a very serious idea. Whether or not we can pull it off is really, we're going to have to wait to see. But no, we think we're going to be able to do it. And we're talking to lots of different people. Yeah, it's just a matter of whether or not we can afford it. Is really what it comes down to.
It always comes down to money, Curtis. Always.
I know.
That's why you're staying at the Days Inn there on Sunset Boulevard, just waiting for your break.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we're saving our pennies, putting together all the money that we're making from the album sales and all that, and we're gonna put it into the gas tank and hit the road.
Well, Curtis, where did you do the recording of the CD? Did you get into a professional studio, or is this something you guys put your gear together and you recorded this yourself, or what? How'd you do this?
This was actually through our producer, Bobby. He pretty much bankrolled the whole recording process. He took us into 3 different studios. Some pretty cool studios, you know, professional studios, not big multi-million-dollar studios, but there were some pretty cool facilities, and worked with some great engineers, and so he made that happen. So, you know, we owe a big thanks to him. But you know, from day one, he believed in this band. He said, "Man, I got to get you guys in the studio." So he made that happen, and then, you know, we financed, you know, getting, you know, the CDs pressed and all of that.
Sure. Where did you meet this Bobby guy?
Bobby is somebody I've known for, quite a few years. I worked with him on with my last band and did some recordings. So, you know, we had already had a working relationship.
Well, he's a producer, or this is just like one of your buddies you met in the lunchroom at the factory?
No, he's a producer. He's an actual, real producer. He's actually written a lot of books on, you know, recording engineering and all that sort of thing. And he's done a lot of work with like reworking old concerts of like Hendrix and the Who and that kind of thing for release on DVD. You know, so he's worked with major labels before, and this guy knows his shit.
Excellent. Well, when you first approached Bobby to produce your new CD, he didn't say something like this, did he?
Who the fuck are you, shitwad?
Did you record him? Because that sounds exactly like him.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
Yeah, God, were you a fly on the wall in there recording our conversation?
Well,
dude, you know, with the music that you do, man, obviously there's kind of a resurgence of the style. Maybe not as fast. I'll say fast. 'Cause I don't want to say heavy because that's probably not the right word, but not as fast as what you do. But obviously AC/DC's out there having a ton of success right now, and Buck Cherry is another band that's doing fairly well. That's sort of in the same style as what you guys are doing. Does that help you guys, you think, or does it just pull away from your potential fan base, or what?
No, it only helps because people have been, you know, more or less deprived of this kind of music for way too long. But the fans are out there, you know, and they've been hungry for it, and so now they're starting to get more and more of what they desire. And that only helps. I mean, you know, when it comes to music, a lot of bands think that they're in competition with one another, but that's all bullshit. There's no competition. I mean, the more the better. I mean, when you get in your car and you put on some music, you don't want to just listen to one band. You want as much of it as you can get. So, you know, it only helps.
Right.
Man, you are one twisted fuck.
You better believe it. That's why I'm on your show.
Nice. Well, man, have you ever done any Loverboy covers?
Loverboy. Oh, man, my favorite band of all time.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, I notice you guys play a lot of Loverboy on your show.
We do. We're big on that.
Yeah. Working for the weekend.
Yeah. So, dude, what are you doing right now as far as with the band? Are you just trying to get it out to more and more stations right now, and then maybe in January work on actually for real putting a tour together?
That sounds like a good idea to me.
Oh, God, that's great.
Man, I should be taking notes because you're giving me so many ideas that I never would have come up with on my own.
Well, I was talking to my girlfriend, and I told her that there might be a possibility that SNEW might be coming to the Midwest, and you know what she said?
What? Yeah, I believe it.
No, seriously, Curtis. I really dig the CD. Chris and I are huge fans of that style of music, which is why we do the classic metal show, because you fit right in there.
Yeah.
And seriously, you guys need to get out of Hollywood, and in this day and age with few and far in between with record labels and stuff, which basically there aren't any anymore. And
yeah, there's like one big record company, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that we might as well talk a little bit real quick about who else is in the band besides your Golden Pipes. Who are your bandmates there?
There are other guys in the band?
That's what I heard.
Really? Damn, I thought it was just
spoken
me.
by the lead singer.
I mean, come on, guys. Is there really anybody besides the lead singer in a band?
Well, the guitarist. It always boils down to the lead singer and lead guitarist.
Yeah, well, I guess with the whole Guitar Hero and Rock Band video games, you need a guitar player.
Nice.
That sounds gay.
Thank you. I try. No. There are what? Three other guys, I think, in the band. Yeah, 3 other guys.
Nice.
Yeah, now there's Andy Lux on guitar, and he's from Luxembourg.
Now, how did you find him?
We just got out a phone book and randomly just placed our finger on one of the pages and called that dude up and said, "Do you play guitar?"
Come on, dude. Which one of the guys in the band was the guy that sells the special baggies on the side?
Oh, okay. That guy. Yeah, well, that guy's not an official band member, but he actually runs the whole show, so we don't want to talk about that too much.
I am loving this.
All right, so what else? Okay, we got Andy, we got Cat Tate on bass, and Mark Ornberger on drums.
How cool is that?
Goddamn rock
How cool is that? Well, Curtis, Chris is a webmaster. He does the Classic Metal Show website as well as a bunch of other websites, and he was very impressed with your website, SNEWYou.com?
Yes.
Who does your web work?
That would be that guy who sells the baggies behind the back alley there. He shall go nameless for now.
Nice. Well, he does good work. Tell him I said so.
Oh, well, I'll tell him, but he's already getting too much publicity right now because his picture's out in the post office.
So did you guys develop a pretty good relationship with Guitar Center down there on Sunset to where they gave you a guitar to give away for your SNEW contest?
Where are you getting all this information? Where are you guys, Indiana? My God. No, Guitar Center's been great. They're selling our CDs, and, for a corporate giant, they're actually pretty cool, I guess, at least to us.
So when do you get to put...
They let our guy stand in the back of the store and with his baggies, and, of course we got to give him a cut, but, it's working.
I'm sure he gives you a special cut, too, right?
Yeah. Very special cut.
So when do you get to put your hands in the cement out in front of the rock walk there?
That's right. Will you guys start the petition for us? Because we got to make this happen somehow.
Shove it in your ass.
Maybe if we just tell them that, they'll I don't know.
Well, Curtis, we're having a little fun with you here, but what do you want to tell us about SNEW that we haven't talked about yet?
Besides the baggies, besides our unfinanceable tour.
Well, come on, Curtis. You got to admit this is a better interview than Brian Badass Boone, huh?
Hey, that dude's badass.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
Well, what do you want to tell
them? You just called me up to harass me, didn't you?
No. What do you want the fans to know about SNEW aside from that you're a kick-ass classic metal type band in Hollywood that's trying to break out into the world?
That we're scared and lonely. Help us, please. Somebody put a blanket over me.
Well, aside from Guitar Center, where can people get your CD? How about that?
Oh, okay. Well, you can get it on SNEWYou.com. You can get it on iTunes. You can get it on Napster. You can get it on any street corner.
Nice.
We've gotten into a bunch of record stores.
Really?
What few of them are left?
Cool,
I mean, that's the biggest tragedy right now. It's just like Walmart is taking everything away from everybody. What the hell? You can only get AC/DC's new album at Walmart? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it sucks.
We need those independent record stores.
Sure. Like you said, what is left of them? The saddest one for me going away is the Tower Records over there.
Yeah. God, I never would have guessed that would ever happen.
I rolled into Hollywood and rolled down Sunset there past where the Tower Records was, thinking I was going to go in there, and it was gone, and you know what I said?
What the fuck?
That's what everybody's saying. I mean, God. You know, and these record companies wonder why they're not selling as many records as before. It's like, well, there's no place to fucking buy them.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh,
kidding
stop
me?
it. It's all the illegal downloading.
Yeah, illegal downloading. That's the biggest load of horse shit I've ever heard.
I'm
You
with
know?
you there.
I mean, we're actually selling more CDs than downloads.
That's cool. Surprising, though.
Yeah, I think this whole download myth is just, I don't know. It's a load of shit.
I want to tell you butthole something. This shit is way out of line.
Precisely.
All right, Curtis. Well, we want people to go buy your CD seriously, though. We enjoy having you as a guest here. You obviously can roll with the punches, and you got a good sense of humor. But seriously, go over to SNEW YOU. It's spelled exactly the way it sounds, SNEWYOU.com. Go pick up their CD. And I believe it's on other media outlets as well.
Yeah, you know, CD Baby and, geez, a whole bunch of them. I can't keep track of them all. It's pretty much everywhere. Do Google search for SNEW, and you're going to find us all over.
Excellent. All right, Curtis. Well, we've enjoyed chatting with you here on the Classic Metal Show. If there
was this chatting?
This was.
I don't know if I'd call it chatting.
It was.
But,
It was banter.
Banter, yes. Witty banter.
Exactly.
Yes, very polite and organized.
But if there isn't anything else, Curtis, we want to ask you the Classic Metal Show traditional question.
Uh-oh.
How has Lemmy from Motorhead influenced your career?
By kicking our ass a number of times.
Figuratively or literally?
Both, actually.
Why, were you sitting on a stool at the Rainbow or what?
Actually, yeah, I saw Lemmy at the Rainbow, and I went over to say hi to him. And have you ever been to the Rainbow when Lemmy was there?
Many times.
Yeah, and he plays that little poker machine.
Mm-hmm.
This guy just sits there and plays that machine and ignores the entire world. I went up to him and said, "Hey, Lemmy," you know, and he kind of looked sideways at me for a second, stuck his hand out, shook my hand, and went back to playing the game. Yeah, I literally got to spend about half a second with the guy.
Nice.
But it was awesome because it was Lemmy.
Yeah, of course.
To be ignored by anybody else would be an insult, but from Lemmy, it's the greatest compliment I've ever had in my life.
That's cool. That way, when you talk to your grandkids about your glory days on the Strip, you say, Lemmy ignored me once.
Exactly. I mean, I've got a story that I could tell for the rest of my life. I'm going to write a book about the whole incident, and it's the proudest moment I've ever had.
Sure.
No, but their new album kicks ass.
Yeah,
Motorizer?
that's really good.
Yeah.
Motorizer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Great stuff.
All right, Kurt. Well, we appreciate you taking some time to talk to us here on the Classic Metal Show. Go pick up the new SNEW release on SNEWYOU.com and give it a listen. You'll enjoy it.
Yes, it will be an enjoyable time for one and all.
All right, Kurt. Well, we always let the artist pick a closing song and maybe tell us a story about it.
Okay. Well, can you play "Working for the Weekend" by Loverboy?
I'm sure we could probably dig that out, but if you wanna, if that's what you want to be your legacy here on the Classic Metal Show, we'll play it. But if you have something else, I'll give you a second shot at it.
But I owe everything in my life to that song and that band. I would not be the person I am today without Loverboy and Working for the Weekend.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Here's Loverboy as requested by the SNEW lead singer.
Do you really have that song?
Yeah,
of course.
Of course. We have everything.
Oh, my God. If you've got it, you have to play it now.
All right. Well, here it is.
If you want to play one of our songs, though, play Snew You.
Okay. I'll do that. I think I'm going to enjoy that one better.
Are you sure, man?
I would like it if you play both.
Going.
All right. Well,
and play them back to back so people can see how much our song sounds like their song. Yeah.
All right, enough.
Oh my God, you actually have that song. You guys are closet Loverboy fans.
You don't know who you're messing with here, Kurt. God damn it!
I thought I knew you, but I guess I didn't.
All right. Well, from the SNEW release, SNEW You. Here's the title track exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Thanks for checking out the Best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.
The Classic Metal Show.